Good day, everyone. I'm Francis Simisim. I head the ideation and incubation group at 917Venture. It's Globe's corporate venture builder that ideates, launches, and accelerates new businesses that have the potential to grow in scale. Today, we'll be talking about different sustainable digital innovations to make SMEs digital transition easier. And with me are the leaders representing some of 917 Ventures portfolio companies. Kat representing AdSpark, Steph from Rush, Mon from M360, Pancho, of course, from Inquiro. So we'll be doing a quick round of intros together with all the different speakers. And let's start off with Kat from AdSpark. Kat?
Hi, I'm Kat De Leon Vinuya. I look after strategic planning in AdSpark. AdSpark is a full service digital agency. We basically help brands make meaningful and memorable connections with their customers. Here at AdSpark, we provide digital and mobile first solutions to our clients, fueled by our proprietary tools such as AdSpark Intelligence and AdSuite.
Steph, go ahead.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Steph, the CEO of Rush. Rush is a loyalty and e-commerce software as a service, fully homegrown from the Philippines. We help businesses maneuver through their digital transformation journey.
Okay. Pancho, go ahead.
Hello guys, my name is Pancho. I'm the COO for Inkiro. So Inkiro provides artificial intelligence powered products to extract quick and actionable insights designed to create exciting value for organizations and their customers. So Inkiro's products are basically designed with the business in mind and to provide organizations with insights that practically create an impact. This ranges from customer analytics, risk assessment, fraud detection. Um, Inkiro provides exceptional intelligence that can take you to the next level using advanced data analytics.
Okay. And of course, last but not the least, Mon of M360.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mon Hirang. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of M360 Incorporated. Our journey as one growth platform and company actually started this year, but we carry into M360 a mature and consolidated business proposition for A2P messaging. We help businesses to stay competitive by adding messaging into their customer journey. In a nutshell, M360 is a digital messaging platform that enables conversations between business and customers. Back to you, Francis.
Thanks, Mon. So let's start off. No, let's talk about the MSME accounts. These guys account for 99% of the businesses in our country. But the sad truth here is that the pandemic has affected so many of them. From the jobs and even Filipino lives. So the question here is, how have your respective solutions been able to help level the playing field for all SMEs by helping them adapt and innovate? Let's start off again with AdSpark. Kat, go ahead.
So, yeah, actually, the pandemic has indeed leveled the playing field for various businesses. So, the larger the company, the harder it took for them to pivot their usual brick and mortar cash cows and bring it to their digital space. This is where actually SMEs have the upper hand. So, because of the scale of their business, and probably because SMEs would also have much less red tape in their organizations, they're quick on their feet to turn to digital as a means of continuing their business and keeping themselves top of mind of their valued customers. Case in point, for example, chatbots and online ordering systems are actually nothing new in the space of technology, right? But given the pandemic, it was the SMEs that quickly capitalized on these technologies to adapt to the times. Another major change to note in the behavior, paid search has actually grown over 600% for finding goods and services in the Philippines versus pre-pandemic times. And for SMEs utilizing actually search or a paid search or SEM has been a very cost-effective and strategic way for them to continue bringing in the customers at the very moment they want their products. Display advertising, banners on Facebook, videos on YouTube, all works wonders, but the strategic orchestration of all of these moving elements, from discoverability to leading to your site for fulfillment, is something the SMEs have been very quick to act upon, actually.
Got it. Very interesting. And with that, no, now we can hone in on the data part naman. That's going to be very interesting, especially for MSME. So maybe Pancho, you want to share more about data?
Yeah, sure. Basically, Inkiro was conceptualized during a time that there was basically a growing interest for organizations to understand more and better serve their customers, um, some in real time, some basically for strategic initiatives through their data, both the data that they already have and possibly enrich it with data from other external sources. However, despite the interest and even the knowledge of the advantages that a data driven journey for an SME, for example, can unlock, organizations, large or small, find that such a journey is not as smooth and straightforward. So, adaptations of data analytics, for example, for SMEs, would require the right data, the right technology, and the right people and processes to extract the right insights that can really impact the goals of the organization. For an SME, having the right data, technology, and even a team dedicated for the analysis of this is not as simple and honestly as affordable as it can be. So Inkiro sets out to address these challenges and simplify and make practical the data-driven journey for organizations to better serve their customers. So Inkiro offers the data curious suite of tools that wraps the right data, the right technology, and the analytics needed in an easy to use package to unlock the best insights. Um, of course, with Inkiro's easy to use dashboards, the need for organizations, large and small, to go through the implementation pains of so-called big words in the data space like big data, data science, and machine learning are pretty much abstracted or simplified to enable an organization in their data-driven journey.
Understood. So really what we're looking at here is from Cat's reach, of course, through AdSpark, of course, with Inquiro getting the data. Now the next step is really action, no? And this is where M360 comes in. And Mon, maybe you want to share more about that?
Yeah, actually, what goes hand in hand with Inquiro data is multi-channel messaging. This is where M360 comes in. You see, 99% of Philippine businesses are MSME, and about 60% of those rely on social media to reach out to their customers. At M360, we understand that communication is key to build a relationship and drive engagement. So we are focused on developing advanced multi-channel communication. Products are building powerful chatbots, the same thing that Kat mentioned earlier, couple that with legacy SMS, email, and the OTT Viber and FB Messenger to, to provide engagement to our customer in any channel under a single platform. So it helps our business partners drive the growth and redefine the way they interact with their customers.
Got it. And of course, the most interesting part here is all about transaction. And I think, Steph, that's where you step in.
Yeah, it really comes around full circle from discovery to transactions. Actually, in the recent McKinsey research, they did say that in the past 7 months here in the Philippines, it's grown significant growth to what was projected dapat to be in the 4-year economic digital adoption of the Philippines. And that's kind of what we tried to apply here in Rush, specifically for the SMEs. It's really a crowded and fragmented market out there. There's several software as a service that caters to usually vertical capabilities. So what we're trying to do is really provide a comprehensive out-of-the-box solution for businesses that really just want to start their digital journey. And that's where we coined the D2D process, discovery to delivery. So with Rush, you not only get your inventory and order management tool, you also get front-end channels such as a website, a mobile app, and even an embedding of your branded store inside GCash, the number one fintech app in the Philippines, all the way down to integrations for payments and delivery. So really, that's what we're trying to do with even with the help of all of the 917 Ventures companies. What we plan is to really integrate ourselves together to provide a one-stop shop for all of the business owners out there.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Steph. So, it's really great to know that, we have the end-to-end solutions, especially for MSMEs. And that's what 917 is all about. It's really solving these deep issues that can have, great impact towards the country, towards the businesses and the MSMEs. And these products and services, we really want to expand that and help more. And by sharing our learnings and exchanging, of course, tips and tricks. Because, of course, like AdSpark, our portfolio companies here are still very new, right? And we're still learning a lot as we go along. Maybe, Steph, you want to share naman further on the challenges that you've encountered during this pandemic.
All right. Where to begin? There are a lot of challenges that we have faced for the past 2 years, alongside with all of our merchant partners. I think the biggest challenge there was really lack of mobility from consumers. So, with that in mind, we really tried to figure out a way to, our business partners had to figure out a way to pivot an offline to online type of transaction. That's where all of those seamless integrations came in. Similarly, what we found for the F&B business is it's really trying to figure out how to do on-demand fulfillments. So with all of that in mind, the lack of mobility really gave an opportunity for Rush to create that solution where all the stakeholders are accounted for. The consumer, which is the customer, that they can access a brand wherever they want, be it online or offline, and make sure that their experience is seamless across all channels. The business owner to have this one centralized dashboard that will be able to see all of their orders and transactions. And of course, the frontliners itself. Right now, we're kind of coming into a hybrid digital experience, and frontliners need to find ways to be able to maneuver through all of those challenges.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So maybe Mon, you want to share about your challenges naman on your side.
Yeah. There's a great deal of truth to the saying, never waste a crisis. In this case, it's the slowdown brought about by COVID-19. The pandemic pushed businesses to go online and transform their operation digitally. In the context of communication, they are looking for ways to increase the level of their interaction with their customers and looking for higher engagement with enhanced message delivery. While SMS is still dominant channel, they are actually ready for an upgrade. In the case of Viber, for example, in pre-pandemic and during the pandemic, Viber business bots created by brands was up 48%. For active businesses channels that was open in Viber during the pandemic was up 211%. And for the number of transactional messages that they sent over Viber to interact and engage with their customer is up 299%. That is like for the span of 1 year alone. So in essence, innovation and digital transformation on the part of the micro, small, medium enterprises are critical to its growth and resiliency in the midst of this uncertainty like this pandemic.
Yeah. Thank you, Mon, for that. No. How about the data side, Pancho? Maybe you want to share more about that.
Yeah, sure, Francis. So I guess the pandemic, I share what Stephanie said with regards to how mobility basically is the key challenge as doing business during the pandemic. However, though, the pandemic has also accelerated, like Mon said, the um, companies' digital and online initiatives. So practically, with this kind of acceleration in digital transformation for um, most companies, the adoption of analytics and basically the data has grown more and more as more of these companies go digital. With that being said, data sharing basically and data privacy is always a challenge for a data aggregator company like Inkiro. So Inkiro, our data sources, and even our clients always have to be vigilant about, taking advantage of all this new data that is available by ensuring that first and foremost and paramount, protecting the data in our custody, especially and most importantly of our customers. So that is both from an ethics and compliance perspective, as well as a security perspective. It's not really a challenge to overcome, but something that we always have to watch out for, regardless of whether we're in a pandemic or lockdown situation. It's just having to be very, very mindful and prudent when handling data that is always ever growing. Um, I guess for the business side, since we're an aggregator and analytics provider, data supply and availability will always be a challenge as well. There's a lot of data there, but much of that residual data from all of these transactions, especially for those companies that just started their digital and online journey during the pandemic, sometimes you cannot really get the clean, structured forms that you would like for it to be useful. So that's another challenge. I guess that's
Understood.
about it for me, Francis.
Sige, thanks, Pancho. And of course, Kat, maybe you want to share more about the challenges on your side.
Yeah, sure. So interestingly enough, even though AdSpark has actually been around for a while now, since 2007, we still have challenges as well. But let me take you through our initial challenges in the beginning. So when we began in 2007, actually our bread and butter was SMS. So with the changing of times and the needs of our customers, we also had to make, business decisions and embrace this new change and embrace the new digital evolution. So we had to make sure that we had to pivot in such a way that we want to still be relevant for our clients and eventually still make relevant channels and still make relevant decisions for our clients too. So having said that, we decided to make sure, okay, number one, we embrace this change. Let's embrace this change and take it head on. So we started to really rethink the business model, started to invest in the right talent as well as in the right training. From there, the next step and probably the most difficult one was to start inculcating the mindset of constant evolution and innovation to the people. And this is to make sure that we have everyone aligned as we aim to move into a space that will keep us relevant, the company relevant in this changing times. So basically getting everyone to walk the talk. And now that evolution has actually brought us to Katu today, has brought us to where we are today, one of the largest media ad tech agencies in the country, basically bringing our digital marketing knowledge to anyone who would listen at this point. And having said that, there are a different set of challenges in that spirit as well.
Sige, thanks, Kat, for sharing that. So it's very interesting to see that all of these things that we're doing right now is really about enabling offline going to online. It's digital transformation at its core, and really inserting the data and the smartness of all these data points and connecting it all together so that they can make their businesses more efficient. No? So it's great that we're really focusing on these and helping the MSMEs become more efficient. So the next question here is, what are your predictions? That coming this time, that there is it going to be a normal, I guess, back to normal to our industries, or will there be a hybrid? We'd love to know more about your perspective moving forward. Maybe let's start off with Kat again on AdTech.
Sure. The advertising space is continuously evolving because our customer as well is continuously evolving too. The customer of today will no longer just want to hear that your brand is, let's say, the best tasting coffee or the best brand in whitening shirts, for example. But also, the customer of today, they want you to listen to what they have to say as well. They want an open conversation with the brands and for their individual opinions to also be heard. The idea of broadcast, to a silent majority is now a thing of the past, actually. While it may be a scary thought for a lot of the different brands at the onset, but it also opens up the stage to brand authenticity. And this is, I think, the underlying current that seems to be flowing amidst all of the changes in how we do social and how people are changing, their social media habits, to their searching habits, to how they watch videos online. people want authenticity for brands, and that's the underlying clamor that we're really seeing. So given that, social is seen to remain to be a formidable channel in the future, but not because people want to hear from celebrities or people want to hear from people with 2 million followers and whatnot, but because people want to hear from like-minded peers instead.
Sounds good. How about for you, Mon?
Well, fearless forecast. The messaging industry will continue to evolve. Well, today SMS is still king, but competing technologies like OTT messaging channels and rich communication services are gaining grounds. At M360, we are setting up future-ready communication platform through our multi-channel strategy and approach, so that because we aim to deliver an omni-channel experience to customers and business partners. We have this multi-channel strategy, but the main goal is to deliver an omni-channel experience to our business partners and the end users. If you put all those channels together in a single platform and remove the complexity of activating all of this in your sales portal and embedding these messaging capabilities in your business workflow, it allows us to provide you on all channels in under a single dashboard, delivering an omni-channel experience for your between the brands and the consumers.
Nice. Okay, how about you, Pancho? How about on data?
Maybe not in 2022, but perhaps in the near future. I predict that traditional analytics, or at the very least, the way we do analytics right now, will also be disrupted by AI. I mean, it's kind of a circular proposition given that AI is built on top of analyzing and basically extracting learning from data. But at some point in time, the way we do analytics will be superseded or be done better by AI as well. I mean, as more digitalization and basically um, the the online presence of most organizations and transactions have ramped up during the pandemic. The data has grown bigger, larger, and more rich in the past year or so. Uh, More data, more rich data will only make the advancements toward AI better and faster. But I guess that's cheating. AI is always the sexy data related answer as far as predictions are concerned. But I also predict that the data literacy of most professionals will get better and better as we tend to go into the decisions that are more data driven into the future. And in that future, data analysis skills will no longer be a nice to have for job requirements, but basically a necessary job requirement for most professionals. And of course, with that growing need for more data analysis, the hunger for more tools and methodologies, and as well as data, will only get bigger.
Great. How about you, Steph? How about on e-commerce?
Yeah, I think completely agree what Pancho said. Data is gonna be king, but maybe on the e-commerce side, what you're really predicting, and it's kind of happening now, is that data has become a currency for consumers. So when they transact with you, when they register, when they answer your survey, there is a certain expectation that comes from sharing all of that information. They expect for personalized experiences, for more hyper targeted messaging. So that's, I think, where we're gonna take all of well, that's what we predict it's gonna happen, wherein consumers will have higher expectations on what brands are offering them, specific and singular to them. So promotions can no longer be more umbrella. It should be predicted, or there's analytics that's static and dynamic, and then there's segmented data, and then there's that predictive data now that maybe one day Inquiro can help us with. So that's where we see it happening.
Definitely.
But thanks, Steph, for sharing. It's very interesting, no, that data now is at the core of everything, and it's really about making things smarter, more relevant, and of course, at point, no, on point whenever they reach out to different customer bases of MSMEs. Now, I think we don't have that much time left, and I think we need to wrap up on this one. But maybe let's do another round, last questions on the future plans, naman. Like maybe what can you share as opportunities for MSMEs? And let's start off with our latest portfolio company, Pancho, Inquiro.
So yeah, for 2022, Incero plans to enrich our data by tapping more sources, having more synergy with other um publicly available data sources that could basically enrich our models even more, try to unlock more relationships and patterns basically in our rich data lake. So we also plan to evangelize a data-driven mindset by offering trainings to the interested and participating in data communities, symposiums, and hackathons. Pretty much a very scientific-driven community that is driving the data industry right now. We also plan to better enable our clients, of course, with fresh, actionable insights by building more and constantly refining our models, basically to provide the answers that they need from the data that we have.
Sige, thanks, Pancho. How about you, Mon?
Yeah, for M360 plans for 2022 is straightforward but grand. We are going to set up our operation and hit the ground running by 2022. And for our focus industries like the BFSI, retail, e-commerce, healthcare, logistics, and even government, we are going to open up our messaging APIs to all of them so that they can take advantage of the many use cases of A2P messaging, like two-factor authentication for identity authentication, the one-time pins that most banks are using to establish the identity of the user, for confirmation of transactions and alert notifications. All of this will be brought about by our platform, and we're going to open our API so that they can embed our capabilities in their business workflows. For MSMEs, we have a ready and do-it-yourself platform that they can use to create instant and effective messaging campaigns in any of their preferred channels, be it SMS, Viber, email, Facebook Messenger, chatbots, and others. We put them all together under a single platform so that all of this capability will be made available to any businesses, big or small.
All right, thank you, Mon. Steph, how about you for Rush?
Yeah, Francis. Well, our plans are still to continue supporting businesses with their digital transformation journey. I think right now it's really helping them and onboarding them through e-commerce first, growing their businesses through by adding more discovery channels through our partners, maybe getting all of our merchant partners featured in all the Globe channels out there and exposing themselves to the millions of customers in the Globe space. We're also going to be integrating our order management tool to several pervasive marketplaces out there right now, because we see that the challenges are, yes, everyone go online, but as a business owner, if you want to be present across all, you have to be managing 6 to 10 dashboards. So in 2022, what we plan is to integrate, let's say, the likes of Shopee, Lazada, Shopify, Facebook, Instagram into our dashboard so that businesses can streamline their operations. And of course, lastly, to help on the fulfillment side is to continue to integrate with more logistics and payment partners.
Nice. Okay. And lastly, of course, Kat from AdSport.
Thank you. Similar to Mon, actually, we have grand plans in 2022 with all of the new trends that are emerging in digital now, and also, the massive evolution of content as well. We aim to spread our wingspan and grow in these spaces of interest and ride on this growing clamor. Um, Punching it in with invigorated creativity amongst the teams, spot on audience insight, and effective media amplification strategies. All this, obviously, with data driven insights at the core.
Great. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for sharing. Kat, Steph, Mon, and Pancho. To all our viewers, if you have any questions, feel free to ask within the chat box, and we will try to answer them. You may also check out our virtual booth and hang out with us in the 917V lounge. Also, if you want to join our team, we're always open, and there's a virtual job fair as well. So please do drop by, and thank you everyone, and keep safe, and we'll see you guys soon.